Hi, hope you're all good. I'm hoping to get through this video without my son waking up. He played a lot today with his grandfather, and he's only 3.5, but has decided he likes Harry Potter and wanted me to read him Harry Potter. We have all the Harry Potters around our house. So I started reading him Harry Potter, and he came over and laid down next to me with his pen and pad and was taking notes. And then all of a sudden he got very soft, and I realized he was sound asleep, and it's 5 o'clock. So he passed out at 5 o'clock at night, and he has dropped his nap in the afternoons, which he still kind of needs. So what we've run into is about once a week he will pass out at about 5 or 6 and sleep through the night. So he just woke up a few minutes ago, kind of grunted around, got more comfortable. I put a blanket on him, and he's back out again. So I'm hoping this is a night where he just sleeps through till the morning, because when he does take a little nap nowadays, he wakes up really miserable and crabby. The other reason I hope he doesn't wake up is this is a box for him, and I'm kind of saving it for an afternoon when I really need something to do with him, or Friday morning, because I work in the mornings except for Friday and Sunday. And actually I usually work Sundays. I usually do massages on Sundays, but Friday mornings are usually a good time for us to do a Kiwi crate, and it's really fun, and I'm not stressed because I'm not working. So I'm kind of trying to save it. We'll see if it makes it. If he's whiny and I don't want him to watch TV, we may pull this out during the week. So this is his Kiwi crate for this month. Let's see what it's. So this one is City Adventure, My Skyscraper, Construct Your Own Skyscraper or City Block, My Taxi Cab. Oh, he's really into taxis lately, so he'll like that. Build a car and roll it around city streets. Did you know subways are underground railroads that take people from place to place? Many big cities have subways because the streets above ground get very crowded. Over 1 million people ride the New York City subway every day. What's it say here? What has 4 wheels and flies? A garbage truck. Ah! Okay. And then that's the little sticker that he'll get, and his little Steve the Kiwi, who he loves. He loves Steve the Kiwi. I really want to find... Kiwi crate doesn't seem to make stuffed Steve dolls. We need one bad. And it says, how do people get around the city? Many ways. You can take a taxi, the subway, or walk. So here's the book, or magazine, whatever they call it, that comes with every Kiwi crate. I will read this at the end for those of you who like these videos to sleep. It's also got, it usually has another activity in it, and it does. It has do it yourself, make a traffic light that changes colors when you twist it. Cute. Okay, so here are the 2 projects for this week. Sorry, almost had to sneeze. Okay, My Skyscraper, My Taxi Cab. By the way, it is absolutely beautiful here. It's really nice because we just got back from vacation yesterday. We had a week-long vacation. We drove up north close to my sister, and it's the end of March, which meant we could have had really nice weather. We had disgusting, freezing, cold weather, rainy, nasty. So it's nice to be back home. And although they had nasty weather here last week too, not quite as cold as up north, but it is beautiful here. It took a while for it to warm up, but it warmed up to about 65, and we got to get some sun and play outside. It was very nice. So I hope there's some sunlight coming in, because I know I need to buy a good light for doing these videos. My camera is a pretty cheap little webcam, and it works okay if there's good light. If there's crummy light, does not work okay. So I think I'd rather invest in a cheap light than an actual good camera at the moment. I would love to buy a good camera, but I just can't afford it at the moment, and a cheap light I can't afford. And I think the quality's okay when there's good lighting. So these are the two things that we have. So let's look at my skyscraper first. Construct your own skyscraper or city block. Low messiness, low grown-up involvement, oh good. Discovering, moving, fine motor, creating. And although it says low grown-up involvement, there's always a lot of grown-up involvement for me because my guy's just so little. So there's straws, connectors, sticky foam, markers, building cards. So you use your blue pieces to connect the straws, build different structures. Try making storefronts on city blocks. Try making a full 2-story building. Make a skyscraper. How tall can you make your building? Part 2, decorate your structure. Pick a card and color it in. Draw a scene. Fold the top of your card over along the 2 folded lines. Pick a place on your structure to hang the card and secure it with a piece of sticky foam. Oh, okay. Complete your city. So that's what it will look like. Just cute. Use straws and connectors to build a city skyscraper. Skyscrapers use large metal beams to make them stand up, just like you used your straws and connectors to make your building stand up. First the beams are put up, and then the walls are filled in. Elevators are very important in skyscrapers. They let people go between floors quickly. The fastest elevator in the world can climb over 100 floors in under a minute. I didn't know that. Okay, so here are all the pieces. So there are a little connector and the straws. It was just like a little erector set kind of thing. Colored markers, which is good. We always need colored markers. Includes 5 pens. Washable. Yay. Here are the little foam stickies that you'll use to attach them. And these are cute, so they've actually got little storefronts. See, these are nice because if your kid's a little older, they can be more creative if they want. But my kid's so little, he needs a little bit of a guide if I'm not going to do the whole thing for him. So there's the pizza parlor. And that's cute. He can just sort of color them in fire station. He'll be excited about fire station. So, and that's just sort of a blank one. So I like doing these videos because I just sort of use them as my vlog, and the boxes are just sort of my jumping off point. So we went on vacation this week, and on my one day off, we were traveling each Sunday of the week, so my only day off was Friday. So we took a little outing, and we drove down and did a little self-guided tour of some architecture down by the shore, and then there was supposed to be a fireman's museum, which I thought would be nice for my son. I thought he'd like that. The self-guided tour was nice because he could just sort of walk around, but it was very cold. And so we went to see the fireman museum, and it was closed. It was just this one little room with an old fire truck in it. But it was right next to the actual fire station. So I went in, because I've taken him to fire stations before. I went in, the chief was there in their kind of meeting room, and I said, I have a fireman aficionado here, and he was actually wearing his fire jacket. So he was all dressed up. He didn't have his fire hat on, although I think it was in the car. But he had on his fire jacket, and I said, is there any chance he could look around? And he said, oh, I've got somebody who will give you a tour. So I need to write a letter. Frank, who's actually a policeman and who moonlights at the, I think, not moonlights, but he works at the fire station as an I think an EMT. His jacket said EMT on the weekends. spent an hour with my son. He went on every truck in the place. There were 3 ambulances, 2 pumper trucks, a ladder truck, a rescue truck, and a lifeguard pickup truck. And because it was right on the shore, there were a whole lot of safety, there was a whole bunch of equipment about saving people in the water. He let us look in the heat camera. He was so awesome. I'm going to write a letter. And it completely made the trip for my son. They went to give him a sticker, and they couldn't find the sticker, so they gave him an actual patch that new firemen put on their shirts. They were so wonderful to him. So if you have any little kids who are at all interested in fire stations, every experience I've had, no matter when you walk in, unless they're out on a call or they have to go out on a call, one of the staff there will show your little kid around. The fire station near us, they actually have a pole, and the guy went up and slid down the pole for him. They always have hats for them. They always have little plastic hats. They're really just great to little kids. So that's my little ramble about how wonderful fire stations are, at least in my experience so far. So this was a very nice fire station. They really made my son's day. So the next one is the taxi cab. It's low messiness, it's medium grown-up involvement, exploring, creating, and moving fine motor skills. So this has axles, hubcaps, wheels, road tape, cool, car body, and stickers. Oh, my son's gonna love this. Build your own car and customize it with stickers. Use tape to build roads and drive around city streets. So you're just gonna pop out the little taxi, fold the windshield up, and then they've got a whole bunch of stickers that you can put on. Slide a wheel on one side, slide a hubcap on to keep the wheel on. Add the 3 wheels and hubcaps. Use your road tape to make city streets. Can you make a map of your neighborhood with the tape? Take your car on adventures around the city. Okay. Things to think about. There are lots of taxis in big cities today. Taxis help people get around by driving them from one place to another. Some taxis have lights on their roof to tell people if they are already driving someone or not. Cable cars were an early way people got around in big cities. Cable cars moved by being pulled. Today, San Francisco is one of the only big cities to still have cable cars. That's cute. So if you watched my last Kiwi crate unboxing, there is one activity they had us do that has just blown all the other ones away, just in terms of education for my son. So they had this game. They had a big world map. They had you stick on different landmarks, and then you pick cards that tell you which landmark you're going to, and then you basically have like a bingo card with the different landmarks. And you put little dots for each place you've been to, and you have to get 4 across. So we're watching something. We were watching planes the other night, and they go to the Taj Mahal, and my 3.5-year-old just goes, "That's the Taj Mahal." And I was like, that is awesome. The other day, my husband hadn't seen this game yet, and my son is dancing around singing Victoria Falls, Victoria Falls. It's so cool. I mean, we are a traveling family. We travel a lot. Not out of the country with him much yet, but we will. And my husband and I travel a lot. And to have my 3.5-year-old know of these different landmarks all over the world just makes me really, really happy. It's been worth, that game alone has been worth all the price of the Kiwi boxes. Yeah, because I never would have bought him a game like that, because I would have thought he was too young. But they really make activities that are good for a wide range of age groups. And that game specifically has a set of cards that you can add for older kids that are a little bit, that make it more of a competition. Like, you lose your luggage, and so you don't get to move that turn. But it's been really wonderful. So here are the wheels. Got the 4 wheels. I like the road tape. This road tape is going to end up everywhere in my house. My son's going to love it. There's 2 dowels. There's the hubcaps. I'm wondering if I'm hearing somebody. I think I am. There's the actual taxi. There's all the stickers that you can stick on it. That'll be easy, and he will love that activity. Okay. So that's the unboxing portion. And now I'm going to read the little book if you just want to close your eyes and drift off to sleep and have a nice little story read to you, or if you just, for some reason, absolutely love Kiwi Crate and want to know every single thing that's in this box. So this is the City Adventure, and it says, have you ever visited a city? Some cities are so big that it's easy to get lost. The first time I visited a city, I made a new friend, Max. Max showed me all the people and places that make his city special. Come on, let's explore the city together. Your friend Steve the Kiwi. Steve the Kiwi explores the city. Hi, are you looking for something? Oh, hi, do you know where the park is? I love the park. That's so nice of you. Thanks. I'm Steve. What's your name? My name is Max. My mom is a police dog, so I know the city really well. I'll be a police dog too one day. It's my first time in the city. No way. Well, let me show you around. Cities are great. There are lots of fun ways to get from place to place. You can take the bus, the subway, bike, or my favorite, walk. Everything is packed together in a city, and there are lots of great things to do. You can go to the movies, library, and museum all in the same day. If you get hungry on your adventures, there's lots of great food too. You can get almost anything you want. My favorite food is steak. There we go. Wow, there's a lot to do in the city. Yup, but the best part about being in a big city, there are lots of friends nearby. We need to take my son to New York. We go to New York pretty often, but we haven't taken him yet. So it'll be fun to take him. Try drawing pictures using these shapes. What can you create? We save these books because there are things like this that he just can't do yet, but he will down the road. Plus, he likes reading these little 4-page stories over and over again. An architect is someone who helps design and construct buildings. Architects can spend months or even years drawing and designing before a building even starts getting built. Taxi maze. Find a way for each taxi to get to the same colored passenger. Challenge. Don't allow your taxis to crash. Find a way to their passengers without crossing lines. Do it yourself. My traffic light. What you'll need: paper, paper squares, glue sticks, scissors, tape. Cut 2 rectangles, one slightly longer. Use glue red, yellow, and green paper squares to the longer rectangle as shown. Fold the smaller rectangle in half. Cut circles that line up with the colored paper. Roll and tape the longer rectangle. Make sure all the colors are still showing. Roll the shorter rectangle around the tube and tape. Twist to change the colors of your traffic light. Complete the scene. My city block. Here are some ideas to get you started. Taxis bring people from place to place. Skyscrapers have apartments or offices. Benches can be found at bus stops or in parks. Fire hydrants provide water for firefighters. Streetlights light up the night. Discover jobs in the city. Electricians make sure you have electricity in your house. Police help people stay safe in cities. Some policemen have dogs that help them. My son got a police costume this past week. He's very happy about it. City Hall is where the mayor of the city works. The mayor is the leader of the city. Doctors help people who are sick. Some hospitals have helicopter landing pads to move sick people more quickly. Firefighters fight fires and also help people who are hurt. Sewage workers make sure that your shower and toilets work. Bus drivers help people get from place to place in a city. Find 5 differences. He likes these things. In the United States and Canada, people drive on the right side of the road, but this isn't true everywhere. In some places, like the United Kingdom, people drive on the left side of the road. Try for yourself. Marshmallow building. See how tall you can make your marshmallow building. I just threw out a bunch of old marshmallows. I should have kept them, but we don't have any toothpicks anyway. What you'll need: toothpicks, mini marshmallows. Stick 4 toothpicks and marshmallows together to make a square. Add to your square to make a cube. Add more cubes to construct a building. How high can you build? Can you construct a building using different shapes? The Burj Khalifa is the tallest building in the world. It's over 2,700 feet tall, as high as some clouds. It uses some of the fastest elevators in the world to bring visitors up to the top floor. My son knows the Burj Khalifa because it's on his Kiwi crate game. It kind of blew his grandparents away when he knew the Taj Mahal. Manhole cover pizza. Turn a slice of pita bread into a pita manhole cover pizza. In a pita manhole cover pizza, here's what you need: pita bread, tomato sauce, shredded cheese, pepperoni slices. Make a pita bread pizza. I'm going to make a real pizza, I think, because I just made a whole bunch of dough, and I think I will make some of that dough into pizza. I've figured out that pretty much any dough you make can be made into pizza dough if you roll it thin enough. Do it yourself. My city stamping. Use erasers to stamp a colorful city skyline. Paper, erasers, stamp pad, scissors. Fold your paper in half and then in half again. Cut a different roof shape between each fold. Use erasers to stamp windows onto your city skyline. Stand your skyline up. It can take months to wash the windows of a large skyscraper. Window cleaners must use special ropes and equipment to hang down the outside of a building to do their job. And then here's pictures of kids doing their Kiwi crate. Use your traffic signs to help guide a toy car. So here's a bunch of extra. My traffic signs. Cut out the signs, cones, and shapes. Don't forget to cut the slits on the objects too. Slide your pieces together to stand them up. So we'll make those too. That'll be fun. Well, that one will be a big hit. At least the car part will. My son, I was really hesitant about getting this box at first because my son does not really like to draw. He likes to make plans. He likes to have a notebook and he likes to have his pen. He likes to make plans and he likes to make lists. And he'll tell you he's, writing you tickets. He likes to write. He does not like to draw. He does not usually like to paint. When he was first in daycare, right after he turned 2, they would tell us that at first he wouldn't even come and sit at the craft table with them. So it was a big event when he came and sat at the craft table and did a little bit. So he now will do crafts, but he's not big into them. So I didn't know if this would go over well, but because they almost all make a thing he can then play with, he's into it. So like the skyscraper thing, he'll like building the skyscrapers. He won't be as into coloring the actual storefronts. I'll probably end up doing more of that. Or he'll want to just put them on pretty much plain, which is fine. But he likes that he ends up with like a toy to play with, so he's psyched. When we drove home yesterday, you know, we drove 6 hours to get home, and the whole way he's going, I wonder if we have a box at home. I wonder if there's a box for me at home. And he means Kiwi crate, because most of my other boxes, unless they're like grays, grays he's a little excited about. Nature box somewhat, but the rest of them he could care less about, obviously. But this is his box. He loves it. He talks about Steve the Kiwi. So I hope you guys are having a good week. I'm happy to be back making videos. I haven't made a video in over a week, and I'm actually really excited to get this done, because if I had to wait until my son went to bed at 7:30, I probably would have been too tired after the drive yesterday. And I'm just trying to get my body back. I take a lot of probiotics and kefir and stuff like that to kind of keep my stomach in check. And for those of you who have anxiety issues, check out the research on gut bacteria. I have started making my own sauerkraut, and I do it because it's got a whole bunch of really, really, really good bacteria for your gut. And when I notice in about 2 days my anxiety levels if I have not been eating my sauerkraut. And I think probiotic is probably about the same, but I don't know. I just do the sauerkraut because it's so much cheaper than buying probiotics. They're so expensive. So I do that, and I do kefir, which you can also look up. But fermented foods and kefir, things like that, yogurt. I never really noticed a difference with yogurt. I only notice a difference with kefir if I drink a ton of it. So I use it to sort of supplement my sauerkraut. The sauerkraut, I notice the difference right away, and I only eat like 4 or 5 forkfuls every day. Plus I like sauerkraut, so it's okay. But yeah, really, if you have, especially I think if you have mild anxiety issues, obviously if you're on anxiety meds, I don't know if it would work enough, but they've been doing a lot of studies on the relationship between gut bacteria and anxiety, and it just shows we have no idea what our bodies do and why our brain works the way it does. So check it out. I'm trying to get back into kind of normal shape and trying to get out in that sun so I get some vitamin D, because that messes me up too, and I haven't had vitamin D for a while. So I hope you guys are having a great week. I am having a tiring week, but it will get better. So I was excited to be able to open this box with you, and I'll talk to you again soon.